Yo, what is going on here with the Boruto episode 192 review? Now, I haven't done an episode review in like 2 weeks. There hasn't really been much I wanted to talk about, but I really wanted to review this episode since it basically covers Kawaki's past. It's kind of relating back to the manga in a little bit, but basically this episode talks about how Kawaki met Jigen and just a little bit more of Kawaki's backstory. So let's just go ahead and start talking about it. So basically Kawaki is he's chopping wood for money for his dad so he can buy liquor. One of the things they kind of point out is that Kawaki is sort of abused constantly and he can never afford water for himself because he's always buying liquor for his dad, thus his lips always being dry. So that was a nice detail they kind of threw in, kind of explaining why his lips are always so dry, just because he could just never afford to get water for himself because he was always out working for his pops. But what they basically tell us about his dad is that his dad used to be a shinobi and he actually fought in the last war. Now I feel like there's a lot of kids now in this new generation that have been affected by the last Great Shinobi war, and I feel like his experience with his dad could actually influence his opinion on like the shinobi system, whatever like that. And that's kind of where that first episode where he says the era of shinobi is over, I wonder if that has some sort of influence on that saying. But they're in the house, they're in the cabin, and Kawaki asks for dinner, and this is probably not even that important, but Kawaki can't even read. So that just goes to the extent like this man is severely behind. Like, where is child services at? You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't read, and he leaves his dinner locked up in a cage. That is so cruel, man. I feel so bad for Kawaki. Kawaki's backstory is incredibly sad. Just the amount of stuff that he has to go through. Like, at least be able to read. That's a fundamental skill. But anyway, I did notice something, and if you look at Kawaki's dad's outfit, it looks very similar to his outfit in the very first episode. Take a look at those two outfits. Take a look at Kawaki's outfit in the very first episode to his dad's outfit now, and I just, oh man, I feel like they're making sort of that connection right there, and I just love when they do things like that. I don't know if it was like on purpose, but I did definitely notice that. But another thing about his dad that they talk about is that apparently his dad lost his mind in the war. Now I wonder if he lost his mind, maybe like something similar to like the Infinite Tsukiyomi that was going on, maybe like that, like he lost his mind like that. I'm not too sure, but I think that's kind of what they were referring to, the Infinite Tsukiyomi. So it could be something like that. And I don't remember if they did talk about this in novels, but I think there were some consequences of that, like after the war and whatever. But I didn't read the novel, so I'm not 100% sure. But so apparently there's just people in the village, and they're basically taking blood samples. And sort of fast forward, Kawaki ends up getting into an altercation where some blood gets spilled, and he wipes it up with a napkin, and Delta comes to pick it up. Now I have a video that's literally coming out in like a couple days where I talk about something like this, to like where they're sort of like they're scouting out potential applicants for whatever Kara's trying to do. I'm not going to spoil it, but they're sort of scouting out these applicants for things, and I think they're using blood to actually match up. But I'm not going to talk about it too much because I do go more in depth later this week. But I already made that video before the episode came out, so I'm not gonna be able to include this new information, sadly, just to let y'all know. But sort of after this, Jigen shows up at his door, and Jigen, like we know, he comes to Kawaki's home to basically buy him. And I'm guessing he analyzed Kawaki's blood, and I guess it was a compatible match for whatever they needed. So I guess that's why he showed up to Kawaki's house and decided to buy him. And now Kawaki says a lot of times that he feels like he's hollow and whatever like that, and I'm guessing Jigen is using that as a way to like make him feel full again or something like that, kind of like this abusive nature that Kawaki is constantly going through. Jigen buys him, his dad leaves, his dad dips, and they're heading home. And then there's this goldfish guy that Kawaki ran into previously in the episode that was trying to get Kawaki to sell goldfish with him, and Kawaki really wanted this goldfish, and the man was like, just meet me back here, just meet me meet me over here at this this pond place, and we could talk about goldfish, right? And turns out that this guy was also a child trafficker. He was also a child trafficker also. So I don't know what this episode is where we got people trafficking children. What has yo, that is wild. But like, I mean, I kind of figured it out because any man selling goldfish or ice cream is immediately a suspect, and it should like that's a red flag right there. That is a huge red flag. But yeah, because like the goldfish guy was kind of like trying to show him freedom, and I guess you can just kind of see how like both people, the goldfish guy and Jigen, were trying to take advantage of Kawaki in some sort of way. Man, Kawaki's backstory is incredibly sad, man. That man has just been going through everything. But they pretty much get back to the lab, and Jigen is there with Fumato, and Jigen basically claims him as, I'm gonna give you something, and we're gonna be father and son. So yeah, that was a very interesting backstory there. I know there's more symbolism behind like the goldfish and everything like that, but I did find it interesting how both people were trying to take advantage of Kawaki. But I want them to kind of go, I don't know if they're going to do it, but I kind of want them to maybe go into sort of what those effects of the 4th grade ninja war were. But I don't know if they're going to anytime soon. But yeah, man, this episode was really good. I'm glad I got to review this one. I wonder if his dad being a failed shinobi now is sort of like the reason why he said before, like I said before, like if that's sort of like the reason why Kawaki feels the way he does now. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy. I appreciate all the support on the videos and everything like that. Anyways, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Discord, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.